Hey everybody, my name is John Crow, and for this week's case, I'm going to talk about a company called Spoke. I'm actually really excited to talk about this company, and it's a San Francisco-based firm that provides an AI solution for. They say on their website it's for HR tickets and IT tickets. Like for example, I had this case in my job earlier today where I lost Excel. Excel wasn't opening on my computer, so I had to go file a ticket with my IT system. They had to find somebody that was at my location. They had to come to my computer. They had to reinstall Excel because I don't have admin rights. And then they needed to reboot the system and everything. And it just put a big stop to all my work for about an hour and a half, just waiting for those resources to line up. And I actually was curious about this, so I did some research, and I found a 2012 study that said 40% of managers' time is spent dealing with issues like this on a large company like the company I'm in. We have about 4,000 people. And I agree, about 40% of our time is spent doing these admin tasks where they don't really add a lot of value to the firm. I'm approving time cards, approving expenses, approving access for various systems. We have dozens of systems. So I work in insurance and healthcare. I think are good candidates for using an internal IT system that can actually automate the process and actually take these maintenance actions away from humans, people actually taking time out and actually dealing with these tickets as they arise. I mean, they're not planned. It's hard to budget for. So if everything's running, these people are just kind of sitting on their hands, or worse, are taking them off important tasks like quality assurance and user acceptance testing to help someone with their Excel or help someone with their email. So I like the idea of Spoke providing an AI that can do that work. They can handle those requests and process those requests without a human kind of getting involved. But I know what a lot of you may be thinking, because it's the first thought I had when I found this company is like a lot of banks, like I bank online. This technology already exists and is out in the wild. Like I use USAA, and they have an AI little assistant thing that comes up in the bottom right of the screen and says, what can I help you with? And you type in, oh, I want to make a deposit, and it will bring up the deposit screen, and you can type in whatever you need to do. But I wanted to pick this because it's not necessarily an innovative technology per se. The technology exists, but I think it's interesting how Spoke is reapplying this and changing the perspective of how this technology is used. And I think it can be actually pretty exciting, because if you refocus this artificial intelligence to a narrow scope of customers, like I know who my employees are, I know what access they're authorized to have, I know what they can ask, I know what they cannot ask. I can actually empower that AI to make a lot more important decisions that I normally wouldn't let the AI do if it was a customer, because I don't know the customer's background. I have customers from all over 4,000 different industries. So I'm excited about the prospect of Spoke, because you could actually, if you have this internal focus AI that's handling a lot of your internal kind of maintenance requests, you can give it a lot more power, because you can actually define and control the access rights. And it also eliminates a lot of security risk. Like the number one security risk you have in a lot of organizations is the people. They're vulnerable to spear phishing. They're vulnerable to turning a blind eye when they see their friends asking for exceptions to the rules or things like that. So actually having an AI kind of manage those requests is a big plus, because it acts as a first line of defense for these mistakes. Furthermore, Spoke is smart enough where if it can't figure out a problem, it can actually go and find the correct person who's designated to solve that problem. Like, oh, hey, this needs to go to John Crow because he's the expert on this. So it's good for me, because I get the information I need. If it's something that needs to come up to my level, it comes up to my level. It doesn't come up to one of my peers and they handle it without me knowing it. And so we actually get the data, we get the feedback, we get the proper channels are actually enforced. And so it can actually be a really powerful tool for companies to use. we waste a lot of time, a lot of effort, and just doing this maintenance where we can offload that. And it actually creates this virtuous cycle if we actually have our people focusing on things that actually add value to the company. This creates new data that we can process and build into our future processes, which makes the AI smarter, which frees people to do more work. And then the AI gets smarter, we build more processes. And then I can just see it providing so much value and so much lift. Just using my insurance company as a template, we have dozens of different systems written in dozens of different languages and different levels of access that different people need to do based on their job titles. And those job titles are changing because people are getting promoted or transferring. So it's a very complicated, time-intensive thing. And I really think we can eliminate a lot of that waste and provide better service internally and externally because of it. So it's not necessarily new technology, but I'm excited about Spoke because it's just a new, fresh way, and I think it can have a lot of lift. Even though the customer won't see it directly, they'll receive the results by having companies have less waste, and they can provide better prices. So I'm really interested to see how this is going. They're opening it up for APIs, so you should be able to build it into your own internally developed systems, or with Oracle or SAP systems, or whatever off-the-shelf products you may have. So I just want to bring it up for discussion.